Hi everyone, I've just had a really enjoyable evening out with my oldest, and I mean my oldest friend, Emma.
Oldest Nicola.
Friend, Emma, and I went to school with Emma. Well, we were about 10 years old, weren't we?
Yes, at least, yes.
So we have been through a lot together, and Emma has just treated me to a delightful
at the Wright
meal,
Brothers,
yeah, here in this wonderful
fabulous fish restaurant.
A fish restaurant right next to the River Thames, and
yes.
there's Battersea Power Station up there,
which they've completely overhauled.
Yeah,
or in the process of overhauling.
So there's Battersea Power Station. There's a nice Christmas tree, and we're right next to the River Thames. We're going to have a look at it in a minute. Yes. And tomorrow I'm going to be hopping down the ladder and going for a little mudlark. But I've had the most wonderful evening with Emma. So Emma, say hello to everyone.
Hello everybody, it's so exciting to be on Nicola's YouTube, and well, what can I say, she's amazing, and we've been friends for a very long time, and I love looking and listening to her videos and hearing all about what she's found on the Thames. It really blows me away, the things she finds, and the fact that they've been there for such a long time, and the history behind them, and the stories that Nicola has been able to find are just amazing. So please support Nicola and watch her videos.
Thank you. And Emma, this is your one chance now to give away any kind of secret about me that you may wish to do.
Why would I ever? I am a Scorpion. I never give away anything.
So here we are, look, there is Chelsea Bridge, and look at it, isn't it beautiful? Look at all the lights on the river. Here's the ladder, so tomorrow I'm going to be coming along and hopping down this ladder here.
That is like at least 10 foot.
Here we go, look, going down that ladder. And yeah, I'm going to be searching down there to see what little treasures I can find. And thanks to my lovely childhood friend Emma, I'm staying in a rather wonderful hotel just around the corner, so it's all a bit of a treat.
Oh, there's a police going by.
Actually, that's the PLA. So there's the Port of London Authority actually going down the river, and they are the people who issue our mudlarking permits. So there they are, look, going down the river at 11 o'clock at night. Right, so I'm going to go back to the hotel, get a nice night's sleep, and then get up ready to come down here and have a little search tomorrow. So it's now the morning and I'm back, and I'm a little eager because there's no point really in going down this ladder yet because the tide is still quite high. So I'm going to go for a little walk and come back in about 20 minutes. So here I am now down on the foreshore, and there's the ladder from another perspective. And I'm going to have a look now and see what the tide has left out. I've got a good couple of hours, and I'm hoping to find something nice today. Well, I have to tell you that I think I've made my first find, and I think it is a good one. I'm going to just scan over here and see if you can see it. Give you a clue, it's close to that yellow leaf. Yep, I'm looking at this, and this looks to me like a gold ring, doesn't it? I mean, I think it's gold. It might not be, of course. It's very shiny. It feels metal. Well, later on I'll be able to look and see if there's a hallmark on it. Well, we are close to a bridge as well, so people often throw rings in the river if something doesn't work out relationship-wise. I can't see a mark in there actually, so it might not be gold. But let's hope, eh? The more I'm looking at this ring, the more I'm sort of suspecting that it's not gold. I don't know, something about it just doesn't feel right. But, well, we'll find out later. A little plastic star. I'll pop him in the bag. There's some kayakers over there. See if we can get away from them. I've just been scraping here and lifting up some stones. I lifted up this stone and there's a tiny coin here. I thought it was a 1 penny for a moment, but it's not. It looks like I think it might be a farthing, or maybe not. We'll have a look when I get home. This is turning into quite a good little expedition. I've just seen another button. Can you see it? Yep, it's just here. I wonder if there's anything on it. Yes, there is. Oh, we're lucky again. What does this say? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. That is just too much. It's from Cornwall, I think. Or is it Cornwall Road? Cornwall Road! But even so, that's incredible. I grew up in Cornwall. Look at that. Now, I've just seen something quite interesting here. Initially, I saw it and I thought, oh, it's just a broken piece of bottle, which it is, essentially, a broken piece of bottle, but there appears to be a rather interesting stopper on the top of it. And this is what caught my eye. It's like a metal stopper with sorry about that, I had to wait for the train to go by. I'm right under a bridge. Okay, so there's this broken piece of bottle, but the top of it has a lovely stopper with something on it, so we're going to be able to see what this bottle held, perhaps, or where it came from. Anyway, let's give it a little rinse off and see if we can read it. Okay, so I'm just giving it a little rinse. I've never seen one like this before, I don't think. Well, I can see something, certainly London, Cohen, London. And yeah, how intriguing. Look at that stopper. Now, I just knelt down to have a look at this little patch here and just saw something round. It's close to this leaf. And so, let's have a look and see what it is. It's just here, look. quite worn. Oh, I can see what looks like Victoria on there. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. I think it's a woman anyway. So it probably is Victoria. We'll add it to the things to look at a bit more closely when I get back to my studio. Oh, now I wonder what this is from. Some kind of hotel by the looks of it. I can see another button just here, look. And it does have something on it, so we might be able to find out where it came from. There's a coin here, relatively modern. It looks like 5 pesetas, but I'm not sure. What's this? Can you see what I'm looking at down here? It's nothing particularly valuable, but it's a little key. And I do like collecting keys. And this one's quite pretty. I've not seen one like this before. So, have a look and see what I found here. Just amongst these rocks. It looks like a little tiny spoon made out of wood or bone. It's really pretty. I've just seen another really pretty fragment of pottery down here. Now over here we've got a glass bottle stopper, and again, even though it's broken, it's got a name on it, so we're going to be able to see where it came from. I thought I was going to go for the whole of this outing without finding a clay pipe, but I've just seen one, and it looks like it has a little design on it too. It's just here. Let's have a look. Look at this. I think that looks like a cricket bat, doesn't it? It is! Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look, it's a cricket bat with the ball and the wickets. Well, super. The outing is pretty much complete, I think. So I found a few intriguing pieces of pottery on this outing. And this one is too. What's Looks like he's cooking something. I've just found here, look, what's got to be one of my tiniest little pipe bowls. That's like a fairy pipe. I mean, that really is one of the absolute earliest. That's absolutely beautiful. I mean, that will be late 16th century, I should think, by the looks of it. It's tiny. You can often tell the age of pipes by the size of the bowl, and these tiny ones are the oldest ones. And the size gradually got bigger over the years. That's an absolute beauty. Now I suspect that what we're looking at over there, that little red bundle just here, is a religious offering, and it's probably a coconut wrapped in red cloth. And you often find them on the Thames foreshore. Let's go and see if that's the case. Yes, here we are, look. It's a religious offering, and it looks like it's got a few things inside it. So let's have a look at it, because it is interesting. It looks like there is a Ganesh in there, as well as lots of seeds and things. Let's just have a look. Yes, there he is, look. Lord Ganesha. And lots of seeds and petals. So this is some form of religious offering, because the Thames is a substitute Ganges for the Hindus, and it's also a holy river, a sacred river in its own right. So here we've got Ganesh. Well, I've had an absolutely great outing, and the tide is starting to come back in now. I'm going to make my way back to the ladder. I'm going to leave the crows to it. It's time to go home and take a closer look at some of these finds. Thank you very much for watching that little expedition down on the Thames foreshore. I'm back in my studio now, and I'm going to do a little roundup of the objects which featured in today's video. I'm going to zoom through them so I don't take up too much time. Firstly, this ring here, is it gold or is it not? Well, I'll let you place your bets, and I'll show you the results of the test after I've gone through these objects. I found two lovely coins. Here they are. Both of them Queen Victoria. This one is a Queen Victoria sixpence from 1838, and this one here is a farthing from 1886. So two lovely coins there. As you've seen, most of these objects are pretty much broken, thrown away things, old-fashioned rubbish, but because some of them have names on, there's always the possibility that you're going to find a story worth researching. So it's always fun. They're some of my favourite finds when you find things with names. Let's have a look at this bottle stopper, for example, which is marked with Cohen Brothers, Caledonia Road. And this stopper, I've never seen one like it before, and it seems as if the Cohen brothers were also extremely proud of this bottle stopper. In 1881 they wrote a big spread all about it, extolling the virtues and wonderful things about this stopper, which, by the way, would have come from a Hamilton bottle. This is a Hamilton bottle, one I found earlier, and this stopper would at one point have had a Hamilton bottle on the end of it. It's a shame it wasn't on there, but we do have the stopper, which is very interesting. So the Coen brothers wrote a little letter in 1881 saying, "We beg to call your attention to our patent external stopper, adaptable to aerated waters, ale, stout, pickles and all fermented liquors." And they put a list of all the good things about this stopper, and one of them was that it can be opened by any child with ease, which I'm not sure if these days that would be a good thing or not, but that was one of the good things about that stopper. And they also put a big table on one side showing how many costs, including manual labour, that saved. So a beautiful stopper there, and I have to say it's quite nice because it still does open perfectly. I shall show you. You just unclip that bit here, then open the stopper to reveal the inside of the stopper, nice little ceramic bit there, and then it shuts and clips back on. So maybe the Coen brothers were onto something, but in any case, by 1892 they were no longer in operation anymore. Now let's move on to another bottle related object, and this is a good example of when you start to research something you find out some stories good, some bad stories. This one was a bit of a tragic story. It's quite hard to read, but on this stopper it says Wright and Co. And they were glass manufacturers in Brierley. And back in the 19th century, in around about 1893, I think, there was a terrible tragic accident in one of their glass factories. The furnace, which contained, tons and tons of molten glass, broke, releasing a molten glass which has a temperature of about 2,400 Celsius, I think. And this molten glass sort of enveloped two poor employees who tragically died. So a pretty sad story. Luckily not all stories are as sad as that when you start to research them, but certainly that one was. So buttons, I found some lovely buttons. I couldn't find any information out about them, so I'm going to put the pictures up on the screen now. One of them is from Forster and Stone. Stone and Forster, 5 York Street, St James's. And the other one, which I got quite excited about because I thought it was from Cornwall, is Everett Cornwall Road, and I can't find any information out about anything. So if anybody feels like doing a little bit of further investigation into those and find something out, I'd be really grateful. That would be just great. There were some tantalising little pieces of pottery too, with partial names of hotels on. That's always fun, trying to research them. And this little piece of pottery here with somebody cooking something, also a bit of a mystery. What else have we got? I thought I'd got away without finding any pipes, but I did find some. I'm very pleased I did. This beautiful sort of mid to late 19th century clay pipe with a cricket bat and some wickets and a cricket ball here. And what has to be, I'm very excited to say, one of my oldest ever clay pipe fragments, which is going to be a perfect addition to my clay pipe collection. This is absolutely tiny, this bowl. You just don't get much smaller than that. So this one would definitely date back to the late 16th, early 17th century. You wouldn't get a lot of tobacco in there, but back in the day when it was a little rarer and very expensive, we can tell that that one comes from, you know, anything from about 1580 to 1620. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that little tiny pipe. Got my little spoon here as well, probably a little bone or ivory salt spoon, probably Victorian. And the last thing I will mention is the religious offering, which I did actually leave there. But I do have another Ganesh here, and I do come across Ganesh a lot, the Hindu god of, amongst other things, new beginnings, the remover of obstacles, so there's not a lot to dislike about Ganesh. But I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on whether or not we should leave these religious offerings there when we find them, or whether we can take them. What are your thoughts on that? I'm very interested to hear. And I'm particularly interested to hear if there are any people out there who do immerse religious offerings in the River Thames. What have you got to say about the matter? What would you advise? What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? It's something that us mudlarks do discuss from time to time, and I'd be very interested to know. I'm thinking of doing a video about religious offerings because I come across so many of them. So it would be particularly interesting to hear your thoughts on that. So please do get in touch. I think I've been through all of my finds, and I just wanted to mention quickly before I do the gold test, which was done by Wendy of Clark's Jewellery on Folksy, who does some amazing jewellery, all Thames related. She recently gave me a rather stunning ring, which I've got here. It's a foreshore ring. It's got all sorts of little bits and pieces that you might find on the foreshore on the ring, like little gold coins, a little garnet. And so you might want to hop on over and have a look at her Folksy site. I've also got a beautiful sign, Gone Mudlarking, which I shall be using a great deal. And that is thanks to Teresa at Teresa... Is it Tinto by Teresa, I think, on Etsy. That's right, Tinto by Teresa, and she makes all these gorgeous things out of bits of driftwood that she finds down on her local beach. So now, without further ado, we shall go on to see the results of the gold testing. Well, I'm here with Wendy Meister from Clark's Jewellery, who makes the fabulous jewellery inspired by the River Thames, pipes and trowels and the like, and the one and only Finds.
Hi, my lovers.
And I bought the ring that I found the other day down near Battersea, and we are going to try a variety of methods to see if it's...
There we go.
Oh no! I thought it might have been gold. I had my doubts, and now the doubt has been confirmed because it leapt up to the magnet. So that, okay, so that means it's not gold then?
No, it could be gold plated.
So there we are, a little bit disappointing, but I'm not entirely surprised because the ring just felt a little bit too light to be gold, and so I was kind of expecting that result. Whilst I'm here, I'd like to embarrass my friend Emma a little bit further on air, just to tell her how much I appreciate her. I've known Emma since I was about 10 years old, and she's a wonderful friend. She's been through thick and thin with me, and so thank you very much, Emma, for all your support over the years. I love you very much. And thank you to all of you for watching my videos. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'd like to say how much I appreciate your comments and feedback and suggestions. I'm very, very grateful, so thank you for that. I'm going to leave you now with a little bit of footage of some work by another very talented artist who is inspired by the River Thames. Her name is Jackie Wise, and she does beautiful detailed pictures of shards and pipes and bits of pottery and bits of metal that she finds on the Thames foreshore. So I'm going to leave you with some pictures of that now, and you can also find her work on Etsy if you're interested. So thanks again everyone, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.